And welcome to Behind the Chart. Okay, so I'm really, really grateful to um, Amy Nolte, who is a very, very good YouTuber, very, very experienced and skilled, and also very generous and kind for helping me out today by flagging me on Twitter and letting me know you are not being heard with your first video. So I didn't realize I should have looked for the little blue light in my cheesy Amadio mic here. That was not on. So anyway, I'm back up, and you don't care about this later in the future. But those of you watching right now with the debacle of me spending 20 minutes trying to get my stream started, I'm up and running now. So let me tell you what I'm doing. So I'm running this little live stream so that you can watch the whole process on a new chart for Hutchinson Community College's vocal jazz group Badinage on "You Are My Sunshine." That is the assignment today. It's the commission. The nature of it musically is going to be that I've really been given free rein on this one. So what I'm hearing. Well, and let me say some things that I said in the first one that now feel silly to say again, but you didn't hear it. The chart is the chart can really go anywhere because I know the Badinage can wind up being able to sing really anything ultimately, regardless of if there are new people in the group or whatever. Neil Lawsop, the director of Badinage, is really a master teacher, and he's able to help convey a lot of really complex music to his students. And I think also, as always, when we make a demo of it and we make part tracks, let me make this look a little more professional here. When we make part tracks and stuff, that does help, I think, the learning process and everything. That's why we do that, of course. So somehow I seem to be, in the position often of being given free rein to write something. It doesn't mean I'm going to write a level 5 hardest chart in the world every time, but I'm not going to be terribly concerned about sort of difficult vertical voicings and different. Different aspects of the music can be pretty complex. Like, I can do something a little bit more aggressive with the groove. Now, the thing I'm hearing this morning isn't necessarily, it's not super intense, but it's this 3-2 thing. This honestly, it sort of comes, I think, from a little bit of Cedric Dent's Fly Away for Take 6. So I hear that sort of that kind of chugging groove, and as just sort of an underlying thing, and then in 3, which will sort of by default is going to push the rhythms to some interesting places, I think. Reharm just as much as I can, as much as I can. That didn't make sense, but I mean a whole lot of. I think aggressive reharm. Of course, "You Are My Sunshine" is just it's so simple as a tune that people know, in sort of a folk, as a folk tune. It's so simple that I think people are going to be their ears will be able to find the melody really through a journey, through modulations, through tons of modal reharm and stuff. So we're all kind of inspired by Jacob Collier lately. I will admit that I'm sort of what's in my ears more right now than necessarily trying to hear Badinage actually singing, because I don't know them this next year. I'm kind of hearing, I want to try to put my ears in the place of maybe WWJD a little bit. What would Jacob do? So that's the starting point today. And for those of you watching, thank you for hanging out. And feel free to post little comments and in the chat, which you now have the ability to do that you did not earlier. So let's see. Cha. Am I still good? I'm scared now that I'm not good. I'm just gonna reset something on my live stream setup. Okay, here we go. So. Actual music. I don't know why we're in F. We don't need to be in F. In fact, I don't think we'll wind up there necessarily. There's no reason this is the really, it can be the kind of brutal part here at the beginning where a lot of ideas come and go. But let me see if I've got my tempo right. Moon River. Oh, right. Oh my God. Yeah, Amy just made the point of the new Moon River. It's so much to take in. Actually, I will admit I've only listened to it one time, which is ridiculous. You have to listen to it a whole lot. But yeah, it's that kind of freedom which is both daunting and exciting. But oh man, Van Sensei, hey, I thought your point was you marked something and you retracted, but I thought it was something about it has a Latin-ish feel to it. Yeah, there's something. It's something. It's driving. I don't know what it is, but we're gonna find out if it even goes there. Now, I will tell you the other thing is I was trying to decide before. I got a text from Dave Von Campen and a text from Michelle Weir, both saying, you might want to know that Amy Nolte is letting you know that you're not making. Okay, so when that happened, I was in the middle of the 3/2 time. Cool, I'm with you. I like that. Yeah. So I was trying to decide whether to go with electric bass or acoustic bass, and I think I'm gonna want the agility, especially in practical situations, of electric. So you just type that word here, and magically somebody picks up an electric bass in a few months. So actually, not a few months. They are rehearsing like Tuesday, and it's just the choir part of it. But they would love to have this. Oh, why do I only have one piano on staff? Sorry, guys, this is logistics here. You are going to be bored to watch, but I need both sides of the piano, just in case I want to notate some business here. So get rid of that. You guys, I'm going to check out Dorico pretty soon. I've bought it. It's down in my dock right now. What I'm going to do to try to learn it is re-notate some old charts. And I have a project where I have to input a bunch of music to edit it, and I'm thinking about going there, but not trying the creative process with Dorico Live because obviously a new program, I'd be awkwardly stumbling and learning it, while I'm trying to be creative, and it's enough off the beaten path to write at the computer, I think, in terms of what sort of what I was always learned about jazz composition and arranging. It's nice to, people want you to, they want to encourage you to write with, pen and paper or pencil and paper. And I get that, but I'm not actually so good at that. My handwriting is pretty terrible. My manuscript is pretty rough. And I've liked this. I've liked being able to write at Sibelius and on YouTube. It just first one of the year. I didn't have my setup good. Okay, enough of that. So let's get to business here. So I think the first thing to do is to try to write this bass line out. So it's what I was hearing was something. It's going to be dumb sounding. It was something like D minor to like F minor as a groove, but I think right away I'll have to change that anyway. It's not going to fit the melody ultimately. I definitely want to. I meant to use, if the melody were in F, then I wanted to go to the relative minor as the starting point. That's not terribly creative, but it's gonna go a bunch of places. So one does not, at least I can't necessarily be sure that I can write. Amy had fun at the beach today, and I appreciate your support like a ton. I just think you're absolutely brilliant, and just a shining beacon in the music world on YouTube. And so thank you for what you did today. You helped me look less embarrassed by a lot. So have a great day at the beach. So let's see where to go. My impulse now is start with the bass line and first of all, I want to hear electric bass when I do this, just for my own sanity. I don't know. There we go. Bass. We're doing guitar, right? Electric bass. Did it say muted? I don't want to pick a muted bass. That would sound dumb. Bass. It says muted. Yeah, no muted. Thank you. Just the fingerstyle. Okay, cool. Yeah, normal, good old stuff. So that's kind of the figure I was singing to myself just now in the shower. I know TMI. Let's see. Hutch will have a really strong bass player, so I can write anything here. I don't want it to be arbitrarily difficult. I think I just have to work myself into a corner and not try to. I'm trying to play chess in my brain right now, so I'm trying to think way ahead and how is this melody eventually gonna sit with this. But I don't think that's the ideal way for me to approach this right now. I think instead, first of all, how's this looking on the screen? I can't tell. This looks dumb. Need to fix it. So instead, I think I just need to write the underlying groove figure and then let it. I just let it create the surprises, basically. So. So I think that I want to get to. No. Let's do something a little different with some minor six business going on. Okay, so hopefully that's as a very mediocre bass player who work well some slapping. I don't know. I'd have to give you some short notes for the slapping. I figure, but maybe not. See, I think I want. Yeah, that makes sense. To go 5-1, and then if this sort of weird 6-1 to get to this should be kind of. But I don't know. Let's see. Okay, I mean, I kind of enjoy that little figure. So let's just imagine. Let's see. really don't want to be in that mode. So let's imagine. So it's basically tertian minus some stuff is how I'm imagining. Okay, so I kind of feel that little yeah, okay, so okay, so imagine this little vamp has got to be set up a little bit, and then just like I might bring left hand piano in there to double it. And then do I kind of want to show more to you here. Let me zoom out. It's pretty close. Okay, just a little bit more. Okay, so then what if it's so yeah, I could get so I know that Neil has to play piano for them. And yeah, Jeroen, great to see you, my friend. Oh my gosh, yeah, thanks for coming. Great to see you. Really happy you have logged in. All right. So let's see. Let's do this like sort of 13. I think that's the thing I'm hearing. But okay, I got this. I know what to do here. This is actually got the root in the bottom, but I want both of them moving, and then this is going to go to tertian here. Let's see. Yeah. Why capital? So we're setting up some sort of a motif there. So if I can just get back to that. So let's see. This one. I don't want to lose it. And then, so is that? Okay, that's my voicing there. So it'll be. So I'm playing around with the 6th or 13th on the minor chords a little bit with the minor 7. So let me just go ahead and call this what it is for my brain to start thinking in terms of this sort of thing. This is, by the way, Julia and I have, we've not announced it widely publicly because it's not necessary. Not everybody really needs to worry about it at this point, but we're taking a year off from teaching at the University of Northern Colorado. Brennan Baglio has been hired to come in and fill our shoes next year, and so we're going to be spending this summer and then next year and then the following summer, really all in a row for the first time for me in my whole life, not on an academic schedule. It's going to be crazy. We're going to be spending all this time focusing on really this for the most part. Some traveling we've got coming up and everything too, but that's going to be a part of our freelance life. But I've always been teaching since I was in college, and since I started all this. I've been teaching. Having my own groups every year, and I won't next year. It's going to be very odd, and in some ways awesome. And I'll miss those kids, but it's going to be awesome to spend time really, really digging into this and trying to hone this craft a bit. So that's the goal. Oh gosh, honing the craft. Let me. I kind of can hear even what the inside voices want to do here, but hey, hey, what would this be? Yeah. I think this is gonna. So, like I say, for anybody who's curious about the what's going on in my brain here is every once in a while I kind of check in with the idea of this chart as "You Are My Sunshine," but really what I'm doing is trying to coming up with something new to inspire what moves forward. For me, because I'm not Jacob Collier and I'm not a genius, when I try to write like what I think he might do, it's going to be wildly different. It won't be anywhere close. It's still going to wind up being just what I can do with my own limitations. But my hope is that my voice winds up coming through and that it's nice for people and they enjoy it or something. But certainly, oh my gosh, Anna Marie Holman. Great to see you. Great to see you at work. My choir performed one of your arrangements yesterday. So interesting to hear a new one in the making. Well, cheers to you. I adore you and I miss you. And I hope to get to see you again soon on your turf or in mine if you come to the States. But I really, really enjoyed working with all of the folks and really particularly the folks that were on the staff or they were on the board of this organization in Soesterberg, the Netherlands, that I worked with. I was involved in vocal pop and jazz days, and it was just really amazing experience to work with so many wonderful European singers, and they became fast friends. It was just incredible. And Anna Maria is on that board, and a fabulous singer who sang the solo on Tapestry, an arrangement that I did a couple years ago. And so, yay, good to see you. Welcome. Okay, so let's figure out what the voicing is for the and of whatever. Big beat 3, the second big beat 3. Does it need to be? Let's see. I can't hang over unless the voicing kind of would work with it. Yeah, the voicing could hang over into the next bar. How does that work? Is that okay? I don't know. Let me give myself some place to hang this chord. I kind of care about the voice leading getting into the hey, not for simplicity purposes, but just for it sounding neat. I don't want to do a half-step move, so... let's see. Actually, I think that works. It seems redundant to have two C's here, but I like this move up. I like what this will do with the guys. And then there'll be some logic here to all of the gals doing stepwise motion into this hey hey. So I think that's worth sticking with. Careful voice leading here. I'm gonna try. Oh, I think I know I have to try this voicing. And this is gonna need to be this. And then I need to reconcile the issue now with. I don't want to write a flat 9. Not that they're impossible to use, but. It's this. I don't know yet. I think maybe this. We'll see. It seems like it's okay. It's faster than I'm hearing it, actually, so I'm going to reduce this tempo to 68. Nothing controversial about going to a double bass line. Oh, yeah, that totally is going to work across the line there. I mean, it's... Gosh darn it. That's an age-old thing I've done. It causes a momentary flat 9, but I think it's gonna work coming out of this. One more time, listening. Sorry, just for my. It's totally cool, man. Totally cool. Like technically, it breaks a rule, but. Okay, so we have one thing that we just did. Okay, well, let's just finish the thought and then move on. So, hey, hey, oh, so just, ha. So changing from ha's to ha's in the second bar. So change the color. Ha, ha, ya, ha, ha, ya, ya. Carly. Carly says, well, it's after May 10th, so you can break all the rules, right? I'll leave that an inside joke with my students at UNC. Yahe? Yahe? Yahe is singable. It's a little unusual. Yahe. Yes, I can. Good to see you, Carly. Took that drink for you. Need a secondary figure here, right? But I feel like we haven't layered enough. We haven't totally layered enough yet. We haven't layered enough. I don't know. Do we want to hear this a second time right away? Is this okay? I mean, I know that nobody will. No, I really want a secondary figure, and then we're gonna do it. It'll be a 4-bar loop with the common, common bar 5 and 7 being the same. So okay, I need to do this. So it's gonna go further. So. Yeah, so I'm thinking of doing, changing the rhythm too, so that'll be another surprise. So, huh. Oh yeah, yeah. And then as long as this stuff is gonna, feels like it's gonna work again here, I think I'm happy to do that. And I won't even make this letter A. Like, it'll be, yeah. So the vamp is continuing. So my tendency as a writer is to apologize for a vamp for some reason. I don't know why. I feel like in the process, I'm like, well, I'm not working hard enough. I just did copy and paste. Is that a cop out? And it's obviously it's all about. I mean, we got to create familiarity with the listener if we're going to do complex things. We got to find a way to set things up. Now, the risk I'm taking here is I haven't thought forward and figured out how this intro is going to overlap with the melody of, You Are My Sunshine. So I don't know the solution to that. I'm like, it's really weird. I'm extemporaneously giving a lecture on vocal jazz arranging while I am wrestling with these ideas myself in real time. But let's find all these voicings. These voicings should be pretty easy. In fact, let's start with the last voicing. Let's start with "Why You Not," and get to that because that will be interesting. Da you. Let's see, F is in the... Let me try what would be kind of a standard voicing here, and see if just you take a look at the... Nothing about this voicing going to this chord seems like it has to be wrong. So, I'm gonna try this. Let's see what the big voicing is. I'm going to keep trying to, basically my test is that I'm trying to integrate some, I need to ask a question to the people watching right now. And for some reason, the setup I have, I'm not able to see how many folks are here watching in right now. So I could be talking, everybody could have left. But if you're there, tell me about the balance between the elements. Do I need to change anything? Like when I play piano stuff that comes through Sibelius for you, is that insanely loud? Are you not hearing any of that? You should be hearing choir, like, oh, you might be hearing it through the mic, but let me know if you wouldn't mind helping me with that. Just if you'd like it to be better, if it's frustrating for you at all. Okay. So what this voicing was, so what I was going to say is I'm giving myself the problem of dealing with 13ths in these minor chords on purpose. Because it's something I've struggled with, like, even with some of my student charts, trying to figure out, like, I wasn't liking how they were handling using the sixth and minor chords sometimes, and yet I wasn't totally sure why I didn't like it. And so, I didn't count him off. Carly, I didn't count you off for it, but but there was something about it in context that I didn't like, and so I'm sort of studying that in this a little bit. The vocals are super hot in the mix. Oh, hi, Mike. Wow, good to see you. Yes, blast from the past indeed. Jeez. First person to commission me for anything ever. Fly me to the moon and a whole bunch of other stuff. Wild. Good to have you there, man. Okay, so that is super hot in the mix. Let me fix that from... Yeah, I think I have the means of changing that level. I have to go here. Monitor. Sorry about this. There it is. Volume needs to come way down. Okay, so I'm gonna do this again. Hopefully this isn't too loud for you guys now. Oh wait, but I haven't edited. Send this over. Okay. See what you think. So I am soliciting your feedback once again to see if now the vocal sound there, or that if that sound is less hot in the mix, that will be helpful. Sorry about the poor quality, you guys. I should have tested it a bunch more, and I did not. I just jumped on. I got inspired today, so I want to jump on. But the settings, I don't know why they sort of change over time. But when I haven't written for months, I'm one of those writers, by the way. It's not great. You should write every day and all that. But and I'm going to start doing more of that. Anyway, I let the settings kind of get tired. So I just came from this voicing. Okay, let me try to get this. Wow, you that. Okay, so let's. I think. Let's just do a half step move here. It's just faithful, sort of like. I think that's gonna work there, and then Thanks, Anna Marie. So I think this is the only voicing I want here. Considering a bunch of possibilities for this little note here, this A flat there. I think I want it the voicing to tighten up actually. So actually the guys are going to move up. We're going to have contrary motion, and then so it's. Again, just finding the right balance of elements. Yay, my friend just texted me saying that her group got into a conference to perform, and that she wants to talk about charts to write. Yay! Let me give her some love. So, will do. Cool. She's going to ding me again. I need to turn this off so it doesn't keep dinging you guys. I think it might still. I don't know. Sorry about the ding you might get just now. She's about to write back and it's going to ding. I tried to turn it off. Hopefully that did the job. Okay. You. Yeah, sorry. I think this works pretty well. So if you can just see, everybody's moving some here. What's the voicing for each one? So bass is da 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 da. So that's pretty good. Tenors da 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 da. You can learn that. Altos da da da. Pretty decent. Second sopranos are the ones everybody has to buy some pizza for. So okay, so now putting it all in context. Bar 3 of this. I don't know how to finish this yet, but yeah, I mean, do I mess with the melody that much? Yeah, I can't. Sorry, this is the hey, it's been a while. Good to see you back. Thanks, Zorark. Excellent to see you hanging out again. Thanks for coming back to the stream. Okay, okay. So the current question, the current thing that's in my brain about this little intro and where does it go? Other than I need to add some syllables here, but is I don't think I do it again. I think I have to do something different with harmony. In fact, I think the trick maybe this could be one of those charts that winds up in a different key than the intro is sort of setting it up. And then what you're saying, yeah, you can definitely put "You Are My Sunshine" in minor. I think so. It makes more sense in minor, doesn't it, than major? It's a really sad song, right? But I think it's these minor keys, like because of the way they're related. Like the melody is very diatonic, has the one little b d d d, has that. But if I'm writing with a bunch of shifting, tonality, it's going to mess with the melody a little bit. If I reconcile it that way, so I might need to do something else entirely. Having had this not overlap with, not having this overlap with the, how am I going to say this? With the form, I might need to put it in a different key. and then return to this harmonic space. So I sometimes you want to write an interesting reharmonized intro or whatever, and then overlap it with your melody, and oh my gosh, that actually works here. The other move would be to go like from F minor to E minor here. So coming out of yeah, so I think this, whatever happens here, this is gonna go. In fact, I'm gonna need a couple more bars of an extension with what I'm imagining here, to set up a different key center, really. So, and I think I'm gonna do that by. Like let me do a more broken bass line, like yeah, let's do something else. Bing go down, bing go, bing down, 2 3 bang, bang go go, boom, boom, bing down, bing down, boom, body, and then body, but I'll play it again. Yeah, but not 5. Yeah. So this is kind of E minor 11 is implied. And then I can put it in some key that kind of has, or I could do a totally different thing with the up structure, and then the idea is that it's going to make the hey a nice thing to bring back periodically, and then I can imagine ending the chart with a big and then it's going to be like you are my sunshine. That'll then really pay off at that point, I think. Jug time. So this is all happening right now, just so you know. So I mean, I reserve the right for this not to end up being what it is, because you never know what kind of a mood I'll be in later. But yeah, this is this. Going to be this simple. Again, I want to reveal to you that I'm not sure how to bring the melody in yet. If you're just tracking the mental processes, I mean, I guess that's some of why you would want to watch a video like this, right? So that's what's happening right now is me not really being sure how the melody is going to be incorporated here at letter A, because I do want it to start at A somehow. So who dot. I want them to go who dot. Stan. That's my buddy Stan. With whom I am working right now. He says something I'm not going to repeat, but thank you. It's not that it's dirty. It's just he's saying it nice, and I don't want to say that about myself. Anyway, who dot. I know. Sounds like it could be. I don't know. It sounds a little specific for syllables, but let's see what this figure is like. Anyway, thanks for saying it, man. Good to see you. Ooh, I like that groove a lot. Okay. And then here. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this going. And it's gonna be 2 bars of it, except not who dot. Hodor, that's what I'm thinking of. Hodor. Hodor. Do I want to do doot? Yeah, I think I have to, really. Well, you don't have to, but it seems the best. Okay, so here we are. Found ourselves an E minor. Okay, how does it? How I wanna see. Okay, first of all, something. Let me make a note. Something. Okay. Oh, and I didn't write syllables here. Okay, this is good. This is usually when it's going well. When I had to do something, I quick write it down. This is gonna get in the middle of who dot. Let me see. Let me see how I can handle this. One, two, one. The other night. I think I want this to be a male solo, I think. Oh. So, the other. One, two, three. The one, two, the other. The night, yeah. Okay, this is the entrance of the melody from a male solo. The night, comma, dear. Other night, dear. Okay, so that's the beginning of it. Now let me go back and put this properly in bass clef for now, and I'll do tenor clef if it seems right later, but I just want to look at it in the right way. Yeah, man, my friend Stan Flemons, who just Stanton, has joined the stream, and he's got a chart coming out soon. As soon as we can get his chart all prepped and edited and recorded on beautiful chart on Poor Wayfaring Stranger. Just absolutely gorgeous, and he's going to sing on his part of the demo as well, because it's one of those where, I mean, what am I going to do? He sings great, and so let's have him do it. So he'll be newly added to the Voices Beyond series very shortly, and I'm excited about that, to have his voice in the catalog and have his ideas in there. It's really, really cool. I like what he's doing a lot. Beep bop bop bop. So something happens here. Some syllables happen here. Let me just write these. So inspiration. Listen. Hey you are that. Hey you are. Hey. Oh, the trash can. Good. Yay. Hey, you are. This is real life here in Greeley, Colorado. Hey, you are, yeah, that. You that, why, yeah, that. You are, you that. Everybody's going to want to go you dot. Everybody's going to change it if I don't write you dot. You that. Hey, oh, the body go check. Ha, ha, ya, do, why, ya. Hey, yo, chaka, chica, chaka. Okay. Hey, friendly bear. We're back. Man, it's all the clan. Okay, not the clan. It's the sorry. It's all the old it's the old it's the old bunch. It's the old gang. Sorry. God dang. Okay. I don't think we want to. Zora Clark, excited to see the new charts for 2000 or for the 19 and 20. Yeah, there's some of them up. There's like 11 of them up. We have a lot to record. We'll be doing that soon. We have a bunch of them that need their licenses still. My friends at Hal Leonard Corporation are very busy, and it takes them a long time to respond about licenses. So I have plenty of good stuff to show off next year for fall. But some of them are up there. Some of them are available on the on sort of the SoundCloud playlist and everything. But good stuff, I think, already. Usable things that are there already. The bulk of like the heaviest cool things, I think, are still to arrive. So, like including like Stan's chart and a new chart on Green Lights, the Sarah Jarosz tune, beautiful Sarah Jarosz tune that. Dave Von Campen wrote, and we need to record that. And a new thing for my students at UNC. He wrote a really great chart on Sarah Jarosz's Build Me Up from Bones. And she's a great writer, and we learned how to get her licenses without too much difficulty. So that's awesome for publishing and offering the music. And then there's there's also a all part of the plan that I've applied for that Jimmy wrote also. Jimmy Eads. So, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so what is this? So let's let this be a sort of response. We won't we won't do that big thing again. So it's gonna have an arc to this little intro. So let's make that the lead. Yeah, and so it'll be a longer wait this time, and so it'll indicate that something is afoot. In like a decrescendo, right? You can just picture that, and then we get to this, and it's mezzo piano. Oops, it's mezzo bracket apparently. Mezzo piano, and then all kinds of things go wrong, and then we all go home. Okay, now then, have I saved for a minute? Okay, I haven't. That's why we got the beach ball there, and then yes, piano. Okay, so this is how I imagine this coming in. As I lay sleeping. Night in, as I lay sleep, as I lay sleep, as I let's see. So the melody in this key, I just want to, let's see. I want to use the chromaticism and melody. As I lay sleep, the night dear, as I lay sleep. Yeah, this is gonna have to delay. So, As I lay, as I lay, as I lay, as I lay, sleeping, born sleeping, 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 sleeping. Okay. So we're compressing the melody in this case. I lay sleeping. I don't want to compress the melody, so I want to take all the time in the world with this. So, night dear, as I lay sleeping. So half note 1, 2, 3. Darn it! I keep doing this. As I lay, I lay, Let's see. Is that work? One, two. As I lay, as I lay sleeping, I lay sleeping, sleeping. This is really what I meant to do. Sorry, it takes a while to sing through this. Sleeping. Okay. Let's see. So now, probably is it. Hunter. Oh yeah. Good to see you, Hunter. Thanks for coming. Thanks for the arrangement feedback and didn't annoy me. Oh no annoyance. It's all good. It was nice to check it out, man. Lay sleeping. Yeah, you just let's see about this. Beam bum bum. Same concept. Beam bum bum. Oops. Boom. Bunch gone. I'm the worst. Ha ha. Let's keep this thing of the last note being the 4, I think. Boom. Boom. Yeah, and then do the same deal, but this is this is D minor 11 here. Pass this along. We'll deal with the symbols later. Just kind of, I feel like reiterating the chord at the moment here. Sib, Daniel Spreadberry, they're geniuses. Those cats. I think they're great. They didn't deal with rehearsal letters very well, and then Avid hasn't really done anything to fix it since. But I would love for that to be automatic. Just like look good. You know where everything's supposed to. The chord symbol is not supposed to be before the. It's like a mashup of "You Are My Sunshine" and John Coltrane's "My Favorite Things." Really? Okay. Well. Okay. Yeah. I suppose I can see that with E minor. Yeah. Right. and then we're going to go to D minor after this. Are we just doing all like, are we just going to do minor, 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 minor? Is that the thing of this chart? Is that what this is? There's no way. There's no way that that's going to end up being the move, right? Can't be, but it can be a lot. It can be a lot. Again, I'm not claiming there's anything extra smart about that idea of You Are My Sunshine with this, but fine. This is a school vocal jazz chart. It's not the worst thing in the world if it's singable for a moment. In other words, I don't have to write something extra hard. It can make sense for the singers. It can go down a whole step, and the voice leading will be better. And again, my justifications, I justify back and forth from artistic stuff, and then the commerce side of it really is, we always talk about art and commerce in music business, and the interplay between those, and are you selling out something or whatever. Well, in this case, I'm thinking about the art and the practicality, and those two things. And the practicality equals commerce eventually, because it's the value of the chart for people, and they will buy it later if they want to use it with their groups, but also just it's worth something to the group that commissions it, if it's a little easier to sing. However, as a pedagogical tool, some of my commissioning directors want things to be difficult on purpose. They want they want me to deliberately push their students into doing some challenging things. So as I've talked a bunch and I've written now up to bar 18 in this chart, let's just recap the whole thing and see if there's a little bit of forward momentum with the ideas, and then I have half of a sentence written, so. You know what? That's not. Yeah, that's not very long. That's not very long for that. Doo-da. Well, if it's not long enough, what do we do? What do we do, kids? What do we do? We do this. So we do that. Ultimately, I'm gonna. I hate. Yeah, I don't like how that looks anyway. But yeah, we're gonna double that up and then balk it. It was either that or start this phrase earlier. But actually, I just want it to sit here and create some asymmetry. At the same time, I don't necessarily feel like doing like adding one beat or just adding two beats. I might just add two beats. There's a chance of that. But let's write these voicings though. So let's start out with a voicing that has that 13 in it, in the tenors. That's been like this little color feature at the beginning of this chart, so we'll keep that going. So Baka do. I don't know exactly how I'm going to voice all of these, but seems to be where this is. Oh, well, yeah, no, this is good. Yeah, so again, you're dodging, you sometimes sort of dodging having repeated notes in there, so you try to figure out where all the colors go, and this is just experimenting a little bit. So I think I'll be here, and then I'll wind up with a voicing that's going to settle a little better. I think I can get there. So this is going to be, the guys are going to settle on what they end up singing, but up a whole or up a half step. So then they do who dat, and then that makes the guys' lives a little easier. Somewhat more complex for the gals, but not too bad. Actually, the altos stay the same. Soprano ones go down a half step, and then the second sopranos like always have a bit of a tougher job to do. That's just, they get accustomed to that, and that's why we pick smart people to be second sopranos. Carly, I hope you're still there for that, but that's the point. Everyone's smart. They're all lovely. All my children are equally loved, but no, for sure, like, you know, the voice, I mean, it's just having to jump in and out of those middle notes, you know, of the texture is challenging. So I think, I mean, all of this ultimately is gonna, the only thing, what I would do with this in the chart, and I'm just going to do it now, is I would put cues of this figure. Zora, Clara, hope I can come up to UNC and take some of your vocal jazz course. It'd be nice to work something out with you and Mr. Cave. I remember seeing schedules never lined up. My friend, I will have to, I must tell you that I will not be at UNC next year because I'm going to be on a year break along with my wife. We're taking the year off from teaching to do this, so I can sit and do a bunch of this stuff. However, I will do other things like Skype lessons for arranging and things like that. So I'll be working some of that out over time. And as sort of the school year gets going, the summer is going to be very, very busy. I'm traveling a lot, and I need to write really fast. For folks over the summer, pretty efficiently starting right now. I mean, this is that. So, okay. So what I was just adding is this little thing, and then bass figure Q. I'll just write bass figure, electric bass figure, just so that they don't think that the vocal basses are supposed to do something there. Make that kind of small. Okay. Good, and then they can see that, and then in my playback, I don't ever want to hear that. So, I always do that wrong. When it's the first one of the season, I always do that particular thing wrong. Go, bring up I. There it is. I still was doing it wrong. Okay. I'm gonna figure out something real fast. Hopefully not take too long. Oh, Papa out chat. That's what I wanted. Hey, I'm gonna put my chat over here, you guys. That's nice actually to see, and I can do it that way. And then, sorry, I'm just doing a quick little switch up to my setup, as you might notice. Here you can see Dorico's download right there. That's where that happened. And then I need to pop out of this window, pop out of that window. Let's see about live control room. What I mean to do is the live control room should have, yes, how is the health of my, oh, broadcast alert, no, I don't need that. Sorry, thank you guys for your patience here as I work this out. I know I'm live, I've been going for 2 hours. Okay, got it. Got it. Okay, I am back. Sorry, I just wanted to have my streaming data up as well as my chat, and I think it looks good now for you. Pretty much. I think I can expand this window a hair for you, and you're in good shape there. How does that look? This is so like fourth wall. Hey, this is the software I use to stream this to you. Wow, amazing to see how it really happens. Okay. Oh, that's right, Zorak. I forgot you had been a yeah. Cool. Okay, between you and me, but that's good. All right, so once again, let's analyze this real quick and then move forward with it. I think I'm going to insert a bar into the form. That's what I hear right here. So this is insert one, and then yeah. Let me just write the melody, and I need to work around it. I dreamed let's see. I dreamed let's see. Held you. It'll be very sweet. Held you. Let's see. Oops. Yeah, let's just do it this way. In my arms. In my arms. So it'll be a little slightly soulful for a second. Oops. Wow. Well, hey, It's not You Must Believe in Spring, but thank you for playing. Yeah, that was the template I'm using. I dreamed sorry. Held you. In my arms. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I will just fully, happily admit that I'm just picturing Jacob Collier singing this solo right now, which might even be why it's in this key. Not that he has a key, for God's sakes, he can sing anything, but I mean, it's just, I'm imagining that and then seeing what that lets me do. But again, I can't do what he does. I don't believe I have that in my brain. I'm happy with what I can do. It's okay. I'm not super sad about that element of things, but obviously, it does take genius of some sort to pull off what he does. So what I haven't, ha ha ya do I ya hey hey ho hey ya hey ya do hey ya hey ya just hear it hey ya ba da who dat, and then who dat will be plenty different. Okay, so that's awesome. It goes around there. Okay. I'm really, like I say, the concepts are, I mean, it's all coming out just left-hand piano and bass with the sort of what are the singers doing. That's where it started. I definitely don't have to keep writing that way. And I may try to go a different direction with that. So this is an extra bar. Yeah, let's do and then get back to yeah, let's not compare ourselves, Yaron says. I agree. Let's all just do our best and make some music in good faith and contribute to the happiness in the world, and not try to be Jacob Collier, but be inspired. That's fair, right? No, yeah, let's not compare ourselves with Jacob. Keep ourselves saying, yeah. So here's what I'm going to do that I believe is, this is how June Lee at least talks about the Jacob Reharm stuff. Yeah, I don't know about this, but so the melody's written. I'm gonna write some bass notes. A little bit. I'll play. I think I'll play the I Dreamed I, and then. But then just see what sounds nice with I Dreamed I. So first of all, get off of that again. Get on piano maybe. So I'm just going to choose fairly arbitrarily. And the first note of this little move, and then I have to keep doing this. So there's a relationship, between those notes, obviously. So that helps. That I can. There's B to F sharp makes some sense. It's fifth motion, but it's it's reharming because I'm doing this atonally, really. I'm not atonally, but I don't have a key signature for that reason, because I want to be able to float around quite a bit. I dreamed. Yeah, see, I'm going to wind up back in E, and I've just recently been there, so let me see if I can avoid landing on E. And I can't land on C. So what are my options here? I don't want to use D because I've recently used it. I don't want to use E because I have. These are both burned. B flat is kind of available. D flat is. No, it's gonna make you pretty gross. I think. Where do I want to wind up for held? A minor. A minor is going to sound fairly normal here, but how do I get there? Let me just put a placeholder. So I've got I in the lead, so let's let this be. So here's the move. Sorry, when I am struggling with something that like this, sometimes I can't really explain the process very well as I go along. But what it's going to be is minor, 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 but sometimes using the 2 chord over the third, which is Aeolian, and that has a particular sound that I've enjoyed using over the years. So this is A minor 11, but and then I was using the same deal here, this G2 over B. Do that. I mean, I presume we just think of this doop ba doop. We think of that as. See, I don't want that anymore. As D minor, but I think it's just going to be a single note. But do And the other thing is, it's all oohs in the upper structure, these voicings here for the singers. So, so I'm not doing doot I, so it'll just be so I need the melody. I need the melody to work in all these voicings, but it can be kind of hidden in there. Okay, it's just simple here. Just give me a sec to add these voicings. So the guys are doing all this moves around whole steps, which kind of can get a little bit difficult, but just to make the voice leading on these oohs simpler, I don't want these tenors jumping up, so I'll get to use some tertian harmony here for my gals on do ooh 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 do that do, and then and held is gonna drop off. I see, we can do... It's so much louder when I do that. I can tell it's doing that. I'm sorry. I hope that isn't extraordinarily annoying for you guys on your end. Comment to let me know that it is, if that's the case. Okay, I'm just finishing this. And William, I see your comment there, and I'm going to comment on just a second as soon as I get all these ideas out. So this is... and then it lays out. So I think that's all the content I wanted there. Just give some space for that low bass line. I'm going to start at the, start here. Listen. You hung out for a while. Thank you for coming, and enjoy it later. Thank you. Let's do for I to support that I held you. Okay, so the question that popped up that hello, does your approach to arranging for just voices for a cappella differ from arranging for voices accompanied by the band for rhythm section charts, is the way I think of it. Also, do you find your keyboard and monitor setup to be most efficient, or do you have other preferred ways of arranging? I've been pretty happy with this. My preferred way really is with the setup I have downstairs, where the keyboard is in front of the monitor. So I'm sure you can tell this is awkward for me to do all day, ergonomically looking to the left and all this. I would prefer my setup downstairs, but that studio needs to be used for recording, and Julia has some recording to do today, and will often have some to do while I'm writing. So it's good for me to write up in our second office, this one up here, and then the studio work. So, but yeah, I like the MIDI keyboard right in front of me. I like just this whole thing is great. It doesn't break my flow at all. So I like that. This is okay. It doesn't bug me too much. I don't have to have anything, in particular, or a certain way. I've written in a lot of different ways. I've written right hand on the keyboard, left hand on the numpad, but lately I've just gotten used to this. But I'm preparing to try Dorico too, and that's likely to get very different. So it's going to get very different. So I don't know if I'll stick with Dorico, but I wanted to have it, as I'm publishing, as people start to move to Dorico. One of the new guys I'm working with, Stan Flemons, is I think working with Dorico, and so this is a perfect example. If I want to do an edit on his chart, and if I know enough about both, all of them, Dorico, Finale, Sibelius, it makes my job a little easier. So might as well, right? Might as well learn it. How does my approach though to so no, the current setup is like third most efficient I can imagine, but it's fine. It's fine. I mean, it's not most efficient to do a live streamed arranging session and answer questions theoretically, right? So efficiency is only part of the equation for me. Part of it is also getting me into focus, into flow state, and to be able to have some social interaction during a very lonely thing, which arranging is. Yeah, I love seeing people in the chat because it's wild that folks would be interested in watching, but watching the process live, and it's very tedious and it takes a long time, and I take breaks to talk like this where you're like, write more music. So I'm not in this part of it to make money. This really is, there are a lot of different angles about why I would do this. So the efficiency thing is, arranging for a cappella, the quickest way I should say as quickly so I can get back, but basically the difference is essentially you're thinking of your bass singers as baritones most of the time, unless you do an a cappella break. And having the rhythm section, being able to add a bunch of colors, allows you to write in some different styles, obviously. It's hard to really say, but part of it, you have opportunities to write a lot more space in vocals. Vocals can lay out for a while, and rhythm section can take over. Can do a little bit more solo and rhythm section interaction. Improvisation is easier to incorporate. Swing stuff tends to just be easier to do with the rhythm section, but I've been endeavoring to write a cappella swing charts. So that's some of it. I don't have a preference really. It's more work, I think, to write a cappella. I think a cappella charts are more time consuming, and there's more detail to work out. Even though you're not dealing with the rhythm section, the rhythm section really handles a lot of stuff. A lot of, the drums really cover a lot of space for free. I mean, it just doesn't take a lot of time to tell them what to do. And especially when I have a demo drummer like Matthew Chalmers up in Canada, and also my buddy here locally, Brian Claxton, playing drums. They're both really good. And when I ask them to play for me, they always add things to the recording that I won't have to notate in the chart, but when the drummers hear it on the demo, they'll be able to replicate it, and it'll be hip. So, so that's the deal. So at the pace I'm writing, at the pace this chart is moving, it's 1 minute in, and I'm at bar 21. I dreamed I held you in my arms. So we barely started. So already I can tell, unless I increase the pace of this chart, this is going to be a 7-minute thing or something. It's going to be one of those big charts. And depends on how I develop in the middle, but I plan on developing a lot. This is meant to be a pretty big artistic chart. And if I didn't do that, I just have to carve out my own space on this, since I know Cedric has one that's going to be around now that he wrote for somebody. I can't remember who he wrote it for. But I got a tip that he was writing a chart for somebody on that. And then, with the existence of the Perling chart for Singers Unlimited, just have to be a little cautious. But anyway, so we wind up in I Dreamed I Held You, A minor. Is there anything that I can pull in shape-wise that down a whole step move? Is that, that almost certainly will work. So anyway, the line's going to work better going cheep 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 go to D toe. Yeah, I think this. See, I had this concept running, and I haven't broken it yet. Is this where I break it? I had this running all minor chords from the beginning. My. The whole time. That's all we've heard. The G2 over B stuff, that's it's a brighter sounding minor, but it really is Aeolian sort of. So let's see. see, at this point, it feels like the harmonic motion has to move a little faster because it's the song is starting to. Well, it's just the motion has come in, and so now going back to static is a little boring. So. Okay, so let's do go. So this is like just over G, I think. A minor. Yeah. Let's see. And Yarun asks, when you arrange a song, do you take into account if there's an existing known chart in a certain style and either not do it, for example, or going to complete? Yep. Imagine somebody says, Yarun, I want you to write a chart on There Will Never Be Another You. And I have some specific ideas about it. I want it to be 5-part a cappella. And I want it to, would you please start it with sort of a rubato intro that, it's got a rubato. If you would do like a rubato beginning and put it in E flat. I think the original thing. Anyway. To put it in E flat. Anyway, if they start describing to you something that essentially is, well, that's the, it's going to go into swing and it's going to have a soli section and all that. Well, if you've described for an existing chart, that's the real group chart, right? I mean, gosh, it's so demotivating, right? You want to contribute something new in a genre that still feels undernourished with repertoire. With there could be so much more music in the genre, so why contribute another chart like that to this area? So I absolutely do consider if there's an existing chart on it. I just try to dodge it if possible and create something new. So yeah, that's just the truth. Yeah. And then I'm just gonna take a guess. And I think we've encountered the first non-minor chord, and I'm just gonna let this go at this point. It can't last the whole tune. What is this? Major 13 sharp 11, right? I need to be putting my chord symbols to where they hit on the folks at the ISJAC conference, International Society for Jazz Arrangers and Composers, and I gave a presentation on vocal jazz out there. For that, it was at UNC. We talked about left aligning our chord symbols, and so I haven't done that, but let me look into that right now. Neil, hey, oh my gosh, look at you. Neil's on there. Says, I'm in KC for a few days, but I just figured out how to get this on my phone. I'm an old man in technology baffled. That's hilarious. Okay, well, Neil is Neil is on right now, and he's the one who's commissioned this piece, and so he's the one who can send me a text outside of the chat and be like, holy crap, it's going somewhere where I don't want it to go. So I'm going to play it real quick for what I've got in the first minute of the chart for Neil. I think, Neil, it's working to where it's going to be a big one. It might wind up being sort of a 6-minute chart. I don't really know, 6-7 minutes. It's just the pace that it's going. I like this feel of it, and I feel like there's a lot we can do with the choir as we move forward. But it could be a little epic, which I know you're happy with. So William just said, hey, thank you for all the info. As a final question, how do you find arranging work? Do you recommend getting your name out there? Oh, I see. Cool. Let's see. How do you recommend getting a personal project to commission ratio? My project to commission ratio? Personal project, I see what you mean. It's basically I've been on the pace over the years of writing something like 15 to 20 commissions and 4 or something personal projects every year, and the personal projects will get to go up, and I hope the commissions do too, by a little bit at least. I feel like I'll have time to write something like 30 per year when I'm not in teaching mode, if in as much as that's the case going forward. So yeah. It tells me Neil posted something that said that it's held for review, and so I'm going to show it, but I think it's because it has a link. So but I know about Charlie, Neil's granddaughter. And how do I find arranging work, by the way? Getting my name out there, the website, I would just recommend, as an arranger dealing, and if you're going to do self-publishing, deal with licensing right away, figure it out, do the work from the beginning so that you have a good connection and reputation with the major publishers. It's challenging because you have to have some capital up front to spend money for the licenses, and then wait until you get paid for those, and it's challenging, but I would do that. Honestly, I recommend arrangers work with third parties for the first 20 charts or something, though, and I'm happy to be that for some of the, up and coming, interesting, good, solid, talented writers, where their music kind of fits my website's theme a little bit. I'm happy to do that. I see. Neil. Neil's making this piece a tribute to his granddaughter Charlie, who is a sweetheart, and I've seen her before on his Facebook posts. Unfortunately, I can't access this one. It's one of those. It has a link that I can't really get to, so I'm sorry, but I have a feeling that that's a picture of his sweet granddaughter, but I don't have access to it, buddy. Anyway, so I'm gonna play this where it is right now, and so you just see what's happening. What we're doing, what this is doing is it does have a bit of a groove to it in this 3/2 groove, Neil. So, but I mean for it to set up some really beautiful space, like an underlying groove, and you are my sunshine. A big development thing at the end of it. So, and I've also got this this little theme here. This hey, so I've got that going on at the moment. So here's where this has started. Sensei. Kind of like that. That's where we're going. So we're spending plenty of time, and it'll start with a dude solo. Neil, do you have a dude for the solo? Otherwise, should I do something now early in the chart to kind of to fix that? That's probably a good question for me to ask at this stage. Maybe it would have been a good question to ask earlier, but anyway, it doesn't have to be a long solo for your guy, but I'm imagining a tenor or a baritone who can hang there. So let's see. So this bass line's gonna continue, I believe. Okay. Okay, yeah, let's do. Yeah, let's do this like 1, 2, 3. So Van Sensei, yeah, like Accent. I mean, I've done some publishing of their tunes that had to be licensed. Some of them that and so far we've worked on mostly like we did All at Once and stuff. But good question. Do you have a dude for the solo? Exactly, right? You want to be sure. And so yeah, Van, I have been happy to help them get the process rolling on getting some of their arrangements out there. Because I really believe in those guys. Obviously, they're stand-up cats, and they really are huge for our type of music because of what they're doing, the energy that they bring to complex things like reharmonization and all that, and the excitement that it's all just so good for what I like about the music. I'm just so happy to see all that. It's been amazing. Oh yeah, that thing I was gonna fix. I was gonna left align all these chords because it's a thing I need to start doing and a thing I need to retroactively go back and have done. So let me see how to do this. I just don't remember, and I'm not gonna look at it. So I'm just gonna chord symbols. Is there like a left align option here? Let's see how you do this, you guys. Text. It might just be text style. Is it that simple? Do you see it? I don't see it. Horizontal position. Yeah, that's it. Align to note, left align. That's all it is. So, after changing alignment of chord symbols, you are recommended to change the default position from newly created chord symbols. You're like, yes, do that. And did that move him? Okay, it moved him, and it looks weird. It looks weird to me because of what I'm used to, but I think people will get used to it. It does seem a little far. I wonder if there's... Okay, so I need to adjust that, I think. Okay, do you dig this, guys? You see where... I mean, this looks too far. I want the letter itself to be over the middle. So that was... Okay, going back to engraving rules, chord symbols, text style. This is crazy. I mean, they really should... I mean, you have to drill... You like the groove? Oh! Neil likes the groove. All right, guy. Thanks, man. Love you too, big guy. You're the best. I will try to do my best for Charlie and you. So, is there a way that I can? Oh man, chord symbol. I wouldn't if I think I can offset. I can offset my. There should be a way to offset this, you guys, and I don't know. I don't want a border on these chord symbols. But I think above text, below text. Yeah, no, none of that. Indent. So I think if I say, no, I don't. Okay, horizontal position. Oh, I see. Horizontal text alignment left, but then vertical position I'm happy with. You guys, I can't figure out how to clean that up a bit. Based on, and then you can change the horizontal scale. Gap after paragraph. This is where I feel like starting with nothing or not having that. I actually want to reduce their size anyway a little bit. They're a little large in this chart right now. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to I'll keep it bold, I think. And then just see what they look like. Okay, so I'm not stoked about the position of those right now. And what I could do, I know I could just like select everything and then just scoot them over a little bit, but there's got to be a way to do this. I'm going to work on that eventually. So, well, anyway, the biggest thing is, honestly, you guys, to see that I got some encouragement from Neil about this, about the groove we're doing on this chart. That's it, man. That's pretty cool. Because now I've got a couple ideas. I've got a couple ideas that I can use for, I can go back to this at some point when it lands in the right spot. So that's encouraging. So now I've got, I dreamed I held you. So this ends up being D2 over F sharp. God dang it. That looks really trashy. I know there's a way to do that. Crap. Can't figure it out. Okay. I gotta quit worrying about it. Am I still broadcasting? Streaming? Oh yeah. Good. It looked like it wasn't maybe working. Okay. So hell. Oh yeah. Let's see. Oh, scoring notes, tips, left align. Yarun is doing the work for me. Left align and Sibelius. Left align Dorico, center align chords by default. They all do it, meaning center align, left align symbol is placed at the left edge of the symbol, left align note head. We're not here to debate which is better. If you like to change the center align, appearance default positions. Oh! Okay. Wait. Appearance. Design and positions, default positions. Oh my god. Yarun. You're the best, man. Chord symbol. Ah, jeez. Yeah. So, not creating with instrumental saves, creating with keyboard. I don't need that. Moving object. Creating with mouse. That's right. Create a default horizontal. Yes, creating lines above the top of the staff. That's right. Can I? Offset vertically. So yeah, it's offset. Okay. So what if I do horizontal position relative to the note? What if I do 0? And if I just say okay. No, that didn't help. I read that wrong. I'm trying to read quickly while I'm doing this. I probably shouldn't try this so fast, but different defaults in the vocal stays. Well, interesting. Wow. Okay. Oh man, everybody's gonna want to leave me while I'm doing this. I will research this in depth later because I think actually. No, I did the 0. Oh, default positions. All reset position. Reset position. Oh, I think I know it. I see it. Select all. Oh no, select all on this, not on this. Okay, so I'm selecting all, you guys. I'm gonna get rid of, say, parents, designer position, reset position. Does that do it? Select all the chord symbols. -1. Okay, I see that. That's it. Okay, there we go. Reset position. And so I can do -1 apparently, and that's gonna do it. Still left aligned, but they're gonna see they're not moving. And then we reset position once again. They're not moving, man. Weird. Score design. Score position. This is weird. Yeah, that's actually where I want them. Okay, so I'm going to do this later. I really appreciate it, man. Create a new chord to try. Yeah, exactly. So let's do, if I just had a F major 13 or something like that. Oh, totally. Yeah, I really like that look. That's where we want him. So now I just need, okay, so I'm just going to do this to get past this little moment and just scoot all of them to where they look about where I want them anyway. And then from now on, the new ones will be right. Jeroen is so frustrated right now. He's like, why are you dumb? Reset existing is what I think. Is there a reset existing? Oh. See, I don't know about that, but I think I'm pretty good with this now. I think that's gonna work. Dude, you're the best, man. This is so nice to have help on these kinds of things. I really appreciate that a lot. I just thought I'd play something very different, but I don't think I'll go to that. I don't know if I want dominant happening on this chart. Oh, I know what this is. In my No. Okay, so I think this in my arms, remote solving this problem with latency is not that easy. Yeah, I can imagine. So I'm reading everything as I see it pop up, and I can imagine, it's pretty frustrating on this end. So let me just see what it's like if I pull in the stuff from Hey Hey-O at the beginning. I don't guess that we'll go Hey Hey-O here. That wouldn't make sense, but just... Well, actually, we might use some of that. And then hey. I can see where this is going, and I can't talk about it because I can't. Okay. Yeah. And then ooh is going to settle, I think. But when I awoke, dear, I need to know what the melody is going to do. Yeah, it's starting to sound like all my charts because I do that move a lot. Let me try to kick myself out of that. I need to know what my limitations are. So when I awoke, dear, I was mistaken. Let's see. You in my arms. So when I awoke, let's just do one and when I awoke, dear, I was dear, I was oh. Oh dear, I was. Oh yeah. Oh dear, I was mistaken. I can't compress this that way. I think I was compressing the length of it again. Oh dear, dear, oh dear. One and two. I was mistaken. One and two. Yeah, so it's 1, 2. Oh shoot, half note. And then 1, 2, 3. Mistaken. I was mistaken. Yeah. What do you put? Yeah, take. Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah, it is a 1 bar figure, so. Okay, I'm going to test out a little bit of a melody rewrite here, so. Once you figure out how the chord line settings, so you don't forget to put it in whatever template you're using for new arrangements. Right? Yeah, exactly. Well, I would forget to do that, but no, you're right. I should just once I got it to where I like it, I just need to now only go back to "You Are My Sunshine" from now on if I want to keep them left aligned. And then, I mean, the big pain in the butt is going to be re-engraving all those old charts with it. So that's the kind of thing you do when you got tons of time in your hands, and so therefore it will probably never happen. But No. This needs to be a really brief flirtation with the theme. Yeah. This doesn't want to hang out too long. Let me just imagine. How long was that happening? Oh my God, the knocking. Thank you for catching that. I knocked my microphone into a. God, this is a wreck. So lock that into place. It won't go anywhere now. Silly. Thank you. And I chased pretty much everybody away with that too. I don't blame anybody. Yeah, I think I can do the F minor here. I can do the F minor without, and then not finish it, I think, is a move. And then maybe I'll do it as a bit of a 2/5. So thank you. Dude. I just tried to compensate for anybody else. Anybody was leaving earlier. That's funny. Hey, Dorian. Welcome. That's really funny. I appreciate it. No, I'm just feeling bad to be annoying to people. That's all. With my poor YouTube skills. I'm a big fan of YouTubers. I mean, I think it's amazing what those people that do daily YouTube videos, what they can pull off. It's bonkers. How are you doing? It's great to see you. I still can't forget your impersonation of Julia. She can't either. Oh, that's great. Okay, so this is gonna be a B flat 13 everything, and then I gotta fix the melody. Why? It's gonna have to get dark in a second. I think once we're setting the existing positions work, then you should be able to easily apply to other scores without too much work. Yeah, that's good. Hope so. I love seeing my friends from Sosterberg. That's amazing. All the good fun, please. I know it was. It was very, very cute and very loving. I will send her my love. I will do. She is a certain number of feet away from me right now, but when I find her over lunch or something like that, I'll send it back to you. Okay, so I need to finish a little bit of this writing. I know where this is going. If anybody ever thought, a lot of people talk to me about how they think I write quickly, and hopefully watching this in real time proves them wrong about that. I mean, it eventually happens, and over the course of a day, hey, there's a chart, and so that seems fast to people. But my God, the process is fits and starts. It's not long. It's not. It's not super like speedy. One and Anna Marie, you're back. And I don't know yet what this is gonna do, but I think it's a reunion. I love it. Let's do Bonka Chinka. I love the reunion, yeah. Sorry for those folks who did not go to the Vocal Pop and Jazz Days in Soesterberg, the Netherlands last year. This will all be very inside baseball, but. This is a pretty hip voicing, actually. It's this way of getting around this, I think, is going to seem unusual. And then hey hey. Yeah. Okay, cool. Ooh, ooh, oh, hey hey, ooh, ooh, oh. Isn't the most fun the background stuff, right? I mean, background writing is where all the interesting ideas get developed, I think. And then you can kind of source that. You can use that later, you know? And then... I'm not writing a dotted half here, just so we can see all these beats. That's my concept of the sort of invisible bar line rule for this chart. So hopefully that does help people enough. So then that would mean doing this. You know what I mean? So you can see beats like big beat 1, 2, and 3 in each case. Let's see, what could I do? So I'm going to do, I have to do layers for the first time in this chart, which tells me something. It reminds me that I've been writing very homophonically. And I always, outside of the arranging process, have this feeling of, man, I don't do enough polyphony or any kind of like inner melody. I don't do enough of that stuff. And a lot of it has to do with the way I write, the fact that I use this software in the way that I do, and that I notate in grand staff. It's easy to sort of forget that has been limiting you. So I think ooh here. Ooh, ooh, and then oops, that's not correct. Ugh, gross. And it doesn't do it. I don't know why. Huh. Okay, so here's something that I discovered, is that it can be very handy to zoom way in when trying to find the right handle. Way in. Okay, and then... So, crescendo through that. and then a bit of a recap over the last few things. Okay, so that 2/5 can be obviously a fake out to something, but I'm not sure yet. It's not going to be that. How did I land to A minor before? I came at it from G sharp. I think that I need to treat these differently every time. So going back to the beginning of A and try to feel the flow. So again, with heavy reharm, you end up kind of dodging repetition, just as in a tonality, you're dodging tonality, but you're dodging chord repetition and reharm a little bit in order to be maximally surprising, I think. Actually, no. A minor is the only thing that works. A minor totally is where it has to go, so it's fine. It's fine. I'm dodging the repetition, but honestly, my ear hears that. I don't need a surprise on this moment, but I can, because we've just had a surprise, so I'm gonna rationalize this. Yes, that is. I am rationalizing for sure. There's no question about it. Because I've just said that you want to avoid A minor here, but I'm not gonna. So let me pull in one of my previous approaches, the way I wrote A minor just 4 bars earlier. Yeah, so really it's only gonna, I can't continue, I can't do the descending thing to G. That part of it has to be a surprise. So, when I awoke, dear. Oh, dear, when I hear this thing. There's, yeah. Oh dear, where, oh dear. I just hear this. When I walk. Whoa, dear, when I awoke. It's hard to say where this is gonna go, but walk, dear. Whoa. I can't tell what I'm hearing. It might have. I don't know. I can't tell what harmony is underneath what I'm hearing right now, but walk, dear. I'm going to commit to this even before I know anything about what it is. This is the first time the ensemble has lyric, always a special moment. So that's awaking. Walk, dear. There's something underneath that I hear, but I'm gonna try to see if I can make it sense with I was mistaken. Oh, I know what to do. Yeah. I was mistaken. Yeah. We're going to make the audience mistaken on the note they expect to hear there. Mistaken. Yeah. Okay, so I've created stuff that's just from ears, right? And then I have to use whatever brains I've got in my head to resolve this puzzle. And that is, to me, that's the idea. That's the trick to moving forward in a piece like this. That again, you don't have there's not a big structure to attach everything to. That's you don't have a bunch of rules. It's daunting if you don't have anything written down. Every moment that you're looking at it and it's blank, like bar 28, causes an arranger panic right now. Unless I get something there, and once you have something in place, that original thing might get wiped out after you come up with some other ideas that inspired, and then it turns out that it inspired stuff that it didn't work with, and then so that's a really. That to me is really common in this process. This particular way of writing the chart. This is a non-schematic form of the chart. I have not committed. I'm writing in a linear fashion with this chart. My arranging students would point that out. They'd be like, "Yeah, you don't have a grand scheme for how you're doing this." And actually, no, this is, like I say, this is a linear process, starting at the beginning with an opening groove. How do we want to set up a mood here? What's the mood really? It's hard to define yet. I don't know that I can describe the mood, but there's a groove to it, and the guy commissioning the chart has chimed in that he digs that much of it. And so let's move on. So when I awoke, we are playing with a melody on this tune pretty brutally here. Okay, let's see what some of this is. Enough talking. That is sort of procrastinating, but I can handle it. Boy, I'm still winding up with this D2 over F sharp thing like I did back here. So I think I've been inspired too much about the reharm I've already done for it to be surprising. So I don't know So something that's good with those things. Something's good with all of this. It seems like those are the things that. Yeah. Jeroen says that's a familiar point of view, and that sometimes you need to just put things on paper to move it forward and figure out what you want or don't want. Yeah, I agree. And I think what I may be discovering about this is that there's... Oh, I know what it is. Okay. Mistaken, I have to stick with. I have to say that this stays, but I believe now I'm going to be able to use these chords and redo this. And now I've set this up as a surprise. I mean, I've set this up to be a surprise when I don't do what they expect in this spot. It's not crazy to have something B flat related in this vicinity, but in the past it happened like on bar 24. That's the equivalent of bar 28, but I'm going to do that on 27. So I think that's going to work. I just want to know if I'm sort of being lazy. It's always my issue with it's always my issue with simplicity. Am I doing something that's actually going to be good for the ears, or the listener's going to like this because of the repetition element, or am I being lazy? And should I do something more creative that takes more thought and time to come up with? Thing is, I've really thought through a lot of possibilities just now in my brain here, a lot of chess moves that seem to only lead to this sort of, but that so I even wonder about that, but this is the first instance of C minor major 9, and so we haven't had minor major yet. Okay, so quickly re-get that. I mean, I know I could go back and this now becomes dig this. This is not F major. The surprise happens earlier on. I was mistaken. It is C sharp minor 11 or something. And it actually does. That's actually going to work. When I awoke. Okay, all that stuff is working. So let me fix the bass line. Mistaken is going to be soft. Yeah. And Dorian makes a nice point. She says simple on some parts of the arrangement. I think mean. I get you. She said means the audience forgives you. Genes equals means. Hey man, for a lot of us, genes equals mean. I don't know. Anyway, they forgive you when you go crazy creative on other parts. I think so, right? I think so. And I hope I have plenty of crazy creative in me to satisfy that from those folks who, like, that's the thing they're most excited about with the music, is the creativity, the surprise, and all that. It depends on your experience, right? So let me pull this bar up here. Minus the changes. And here I don't feel like laying that into the left-handed piano because they should be. Yeah, I know. I mean, it really is I'm reacting to what you're saying, that about this idea of balance between satisfying the expectations of your audience, letting them be right, letting them not feel like idiots, and then also in a way not patronizing them, and making sure that you give them something exciting and interesting to react to at many junctures. Everyone knows that. Okay. So here we go. Boom, boom. When I awoke. Let's find out some voicings. for that, it might be. Pretty tertian, this. That's fine. It's not really D2 over F sharp. It's more D major. But I mean D2 over F sharp, like that. Yeah, there's actually way more to it. I should probably call it what it is. So it really is actually. I mean, it just takes a long time to write it. D major 13 sharp 11 over F sharp is a bit of a sentence, but that's what it is. Yeah, 13 sharp 11. Yeah, and then this deer. So when I and this actually is compatible, which is nice. Woke deer. Pretty easy for the guys to get to that. I don't know yet how long this really is going to go, but yeah, but I've got an idea that just popped in my brain about how to handle this next section, but we'll see if that's what we do. I feel like let the energy drop here. Let them know that we're decrescendoing, even though. All right, go. Okay. So is that the move? Let's see. I Dreamed is kind of a good juncture. That's a little gnarly, but I think people can handle it. And I hung my head. Okay, so the next thing is, and I hung my head and cried. Yeah, so, and I and then it's going to be, yeah, let's see. Okay, so I think a simple statement at the end, and I hung my head and cried, and then we're gonna blossom out of that into a big "You are my sunshine." Yeah. Okay, and here it's going. So let me just make some notes about the idea that I have for this, because it's going to be quiet solo and rhythm finish to verse 1, blossom wordless ensemble reharm into new key for chorus. Ensemble takes it. So this is what's coming up. That's the concept that I'm gonna try to do. I'm going to. How long am I into this? I'm gonna take a break. I know in terms of the chart, it seems kind of early to take a break, but I'm gonna be back not too long really. Just need to get something to eat and kind of stuff. So I'll be back, but so just look out if you happen to be one of the folks watching this and you're not subscribed, go ahead and do that. And if you hit the bell thing, you know how that is with YouTube. It'll let you know that I've started up again. If you want to be there in person like this and make comments and stuff. So thank you all for watching part 1. Part 2 will start today shortly in just a matter of minutes. My European friends, it's getting late for you, I bet. So thank you for being here though. And I will. I'll be back shortly to get into the chorus. We haven't made the chorus yet. We haven't even said sunshine, so that comes in the next section. But we've got a decent concept to work with from now on. So it'll start to roll a little faster.